when we have a building collapse, there are several issues that are supposed to be pointed out. Either using of substandard goods when doing this building. There are standards in any higher rising you want to do. If you look around here, you will find out that most of the iron rod that are here is iron 12, and it's supposed to be 16 at least for that. So the most important issue here is that the guy or the professional who supervises this building should be arrested, because everything that happens here, he is an architect of this. You don't have to compromise at the expense of human life. So I want to make it categorically for you to understand that the most important issue is this area belongs to FHA, but it is under Abuja FCT administration. There is different issues here. There are areas that are supposed to be residential, and there are areas that are supposed to be commercial. But if you find out what is happening, everywhere in GWARINPA has been turned to commercial area, and that is a big problem.
This particular site is a reflection of corruption in Nigeria, the systemic corruption in Nigeria. Looking at it critically, you see that the reinforcement is below the standard. Then the question you ask is there no monitoring team who are assigned to monitor these projects from the beginning to that point of collapse? On that note, we are asking the government to set up investigation team as early as possible to unveil who are those criminals that should change Nigeria and cause the loss of lives to our workers, the construction workers. I have just been told that the development control, that the Federal Housing Authority have their development control unit inside the Federal Capital Territory. And the Federal Capital Territory also have their own development control unit. The question is, who really is responsible for the supervision of this project? I therefore call on the government to ask for the logbook of all the professionals who have been involved in this project, who did not see the poor reinforcement, who did not see the poor quality materials.
What we have done over the years, you will observe that before about 10 years ago, we were having building collapse almost every time. But a policy came up and said that, look, because of the shortage of manpower in the development control system of FCT, and of course every other organ of government, there is shortage of manpower. Therefore, it was decided that whenever a building plan is granted approval, there must be a chartered engineer, a chartered builder, a chartered professional, who will undertake to monitor it. And that person, if it is in the FCT development control, what you do is that you get the certificate of that person. He uses it as a collateral. His certificate is his life. His certificate is his integrity. His certificate is his competence. And so these things are collected and they are kept in the file so that if there is any error in the work he's doing, he has lost his profession for life. This nation has no value for the lives of its citizens. It's very painful. And this is a contradiction of the provisions of the Constitution of this nation. Now, in terms of construction sites, we have quite a lot of things that are supposed to be done, to protect people on construction sites. For example, it is mandatory for anybody who is going into a site of this magnitude of development, there should be an insurance cover. There should be an insurance cover. But how many of the buildings or how many of the construction sites are insured? That is one. There was a time in this town that artisans were organized in a way that before they get into any site for construction, for anybody to engage them, they must be sure that that building has an approval. And so anywhere they went and they didn't see approval, they withdrew. That was a security measure for their lives. But that was just a measure taken by the Development Control Department to ensure the safety of lives of people on construction sites.
On site, we have seen scavengers, and then we commiserate with the loss for all the people that have lost loved ones. But as a chapter, we are going to do a lot of house overhaul. We'll call all the planning departments. We'll discuss on their findings on the remote and immediate causes for this event, and then review our activities and see how we can mitigate on building collapse in the FCT. It's a very embarrassing situation.
This is how we develop the only TV program that gives you the best information on how it is.